Jagga and Jughead. Who's Jughead?
Do you want to explain that since you've coined this term?
Yes. I do. So Jughead was the name given to me. I have to give credit where credit is due by Ali Abbas Zafar. We were shooting for Tigers in Hai, and I was showing him a picture of something I wanted to post about the film, and I was thinking what caption, and he said Jagga and Jughead, and I immediately connected to my soul inside me, and I knew just like a bolt of lightning that this was the truest name I could ever be given. The only
Jughead.
I'm Jughead, of course.
Okay.
I mean, I can't be Jagga, can I now? I can't be what I'm not. But the only similarity, which unfortunately I don't possess, is Jughead, of course, can eat whatever he wants and always remains extremely skinny. Yes, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, we could easily hate you for that.
Yeah.
But we
we were actually just chatting. Do you remember that interview we had done for Ajab Prem Ki Gazab Kahani, Ramesh Taurani's office with her?
Can you give me a little bit
I think
more
you should,
to go on?
when you play this interview, you should just show a flashback of that.
Please tell me some of the highlights. Please tell me what happened.
What's the one thing that drives him nuts on set, and what's the one thing that drives her nuts on set?
What drives her nuts?
Yeah.
She cannot take criticism if you tease her. She cannot handle criticism or compliments. These two things Katrina Kaif cannot handle. You compliment her about something, she'll hit you. You criticize her about something, she'll hit you. So don't comment anything. Just do your work and go home.
I'm afraid we're going to need proof.
Proof?
Yes. I'm too far away for her to hit.
Okay, just look at this.
Is it real blush or are you actually blushing?
No, I have blush on.
You're blushing, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not finding anything to compliment her right now.
Yeah, see?
There was lots of fun. There was a fair bit of blushing. I don't know if you recall that.
Was he blushing?
He was too. I will say this because I interviewed him last week for the interview where you weren't, unfortunately, and we missed you very much.
I know, that's because Yogi didn't call me.
I know.
Hi, Yogi.
Mean Yogi.
Yeah, mean Yogi.
But
Bad
he
Yogi,
said,
bad.
Bad Yogi. What he said then was almost exactly what he said, I guess it was about 8 years ago, which was he complimented you for being this incredibly generous actor.
That is sweet.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're going to later on explore some of the things that may have changed. But what I do want to ask, and please hear me out on this, is there have been these wonderful headlines that I am reading regularly. There was the one where you said you'll never work with him again. There's the one where he said you have never overacted, and in fact went on to say that in some films there has been no acting at all. So my question is this: are you guys trolling each other, or are you trolling all of us?
See, you have to understand in the last, not just a year and a half, but in the last 7 years, there's a lot of conjecture about Katrina, me, about my life, her life, independently, because of Jagga Jasoos and all of that. And there's a lot of things that has been said. Whatever we have been talking about since the last 10 days, during the promotion of Jagga, there's nothing by design. It's not that we've thought this through, okay, we're going to say this and take revenge on this one, or someone said this and we're going to do that. I think my dynamic with her always has been of Tom and Jerry. I'm constantly fighting with her. I want to pull her leg. There are certain things that I say which is out of context and which is really foolish, but I just say that to mildly piss her off and, to kind of instigate something so she can say something back to me. And that's it. And that's it. And there is no negativity, or there is no like heavy layer behind it. When I said Katrina has not overacted and not acted at all, I said it in a reality show, and I meant it as a joke that films like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, it's so natural that it doesn't seem like she's acting.
Absolutely.
That was a good save.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And Katrina, why did you say that you're never going to work with me ever again?
Actually, I didn't say that at all. I said that when a fan on one of the questions we got on the Facebook Live, they said that, will we see the two of you together in a film? So I said, well, that's highly, it's going to be highly difficult, seeing as he is such a slightly difficult co-star. Actually, those are the words I used, because in that particular interview, he was like handing them out. He was like one after the other. He was saying what he believes to be are very, very funny things, which he, I think, is doing for reasons best known to himself. So I was just giving it back to him.
#mansplaining.
Please look it up in the dictionary for all of you who don't know what it means, because I did. So then I have to add the hashtag. I had to come to his rescue and add the hashtag love and peace, hashtag just joking, hashtag besties for Yogi, Hashtag, please come and see our film. Hashtag, please watch our trailer. Hashtag, please don't get distracted by all this nonsense. Hashtag, really, we're not that bad.
But hashtag, like, are you having fun at our expense? Like, come on, when you read the headlines that are spawned by what is obviously jokes, right? Are you giggling back? Are you sort of sitting back and having a good laugh at it?
I can promise you one thing. I'm not too sure about him, but I think I can speak for him when I say this. There is zero thought and zero conversation and zero plan. We come, we sit on these chairs, and we just talk. I think maybe with not a lot of filters, which maybe is not a very common thing.
Which we are very grateful for.
But there's no plan, or there's no one trying to, like you're saying, have fun at the media's expense. Not at all. I just think we're just talking.
And so was it like this on set as well? I mean, you know.
I mean, it's been exactly like this from the first day I met her. You know, I met her, I think, in LA or in LA? Was the first day I met you?
I don't know.
But you knew till last year. I mean, I think, I don't know. So yeah, but I think the first day I met her itself, you know, she picked a fight with me without, like, you know, in 5 minutes.
You wanna explain what that fight was? Because I don't remember.
Something, you know, you
See, now I can't challenge something, can I?
You're like that, no? You like to, like, rise people up and, you know, like, kind of tease them. And
Does that sound like me? Because it doesn't sound like me to me.
I mean, it sounds lovely though.
Yeah,
for what
nice.
it's worth, it's feisty,
nice.
you know.
So yeah,
like
so that's a dynamic, and I'm very happy with that dynamic because she invigorates my mind.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes.
She challenges me. You know, we are constantly, there's a healthy competition to prove.
To prove what is the question?
That I am right and she's right.
Correct.
You
Yes,
know,
I think we both believe that we
sometimes
are very right.
Sometimes my vocabulary runs out, and she wins an argument just on pure basis of vocabulary. But yeah, I give her a tough fight.
And wit.
You heard of Spider-Man?
And wit.
Have you heard of Spider-Man?
No.
I'm Flower Man.
See, now on the level of 1 to 10, that is off the radar. It's 0. It's -0. So that does not deserve a reaction. That does not elicit
just
any
the fact
reaction.
that he had it tucked away inside his sleeve deserves a little something.
Effort.
No. Effort is only rewarded when the result is good. Is this now just you giving me a flower? Oh, it's just simple, basic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not.
See.
Okay, that's ridiculous. Yes.
It's like sitting in a funeral.
No problem. You go there and I explain my hair.
Yeah.
So, you know, I actually had a lovely question worked out, which I
Well, you
think
call your
come up
question
earlier.
lovely also.
Huh?
You're the first journalist I know who calls their own question lovely.
No, I thought it was lovely.
Okay.
The point is that I realized it is no longer lovely. Something about how, you know, this being the second film in which he's stammering in front of you, you know, is that the great effect that you have on him, so on and so forth.
That he can't find his words?
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes he searches for words and he finds them, but mine just usually are slightly better.
Right.
That's all.
It's conviction. It's how you say it. You know, you could say anything wrong, but if you say it with conviction, people buy it. And she's got very strong conviction. It could be like something which doesn't exist also. You know, certain words, but she'd say it with conviction, and you're like, okay, that kind of conviction I can buy.
The mark of good
Fraud.
or actor.
Or actor. This film, I mean, I've said this before, I think it's beautiful. I think every frame is gorgeous. Every step of dance is beautiful. Anurag said something to me about there barely being even any rehearsal. How does, okay, clearly there was.
No, for the song where we danced together, we did rehearse for I think 3 days, which is well, technically actually not that much, but that required it because the steps were such that they had to be in sync. The beauty of the steps.
That's
really,
for Ullu Ka Patta.
Yeah,
That song.
the beauty only came from the steps if we were gonna be
In
in
sync.
sync. And there again, you know, once we had the steps right. More or less, and we were rehearsing together, of course he would watch in the mirror, and I could see very clearly he was not watching himself. Normally you watch yourself to better your hands and to see where they need to go. He was watching me like that in the mirror. So if I was, you know that step where you go back like that? So if I was going back, all he was doing was forcing himself to make sure he would go a little inch lower.
Inch more.
Just an inch more. That's all his focus was.
But you know where Anurag is coming from, and he's that kind of a director. He doesn't like anything rehearsed. He doesn't like a rehearsed actor. You know, even when we are acting, or you know, if I'm stammering, or if she's doing some physical comedy, or there's some romantic scene happening or stuff, he doesn't like rehearsal. He doesn't like giving us the scene or prepare or anything. He wants it just to happen organically, and more than I mean, so many times, like we are like, you know, pulling our hair and like, you know, wondering and insecure, okay, how we're going to do this. It's such a hard sequence, it's never done before. But he just wants us to do it, and we'll do it, and he'll okay it. So when you go home, you wonder like, shit, you know, I'm not doing anything, I'm not contributing anything. But I think he's contributing for us, you know, he puts the work for us, and he makes us new, he makes us engaging.
Because he's so clear, I think, on what he wants out of our characters. I don't think he wants you to come in with your own preconceived ideas of this is the way I'm going to do the scene.
So is that clarity exciting? Is it challenging? Is it constricting even at points?
Like it's very challenging, because half the time you don't know what he wants because he won't tell you. See, one thing is he doesn't give you the scenes in advance, and then the other thing is he doesn't tell you when you come onto the set. He won't discuss it first. First you'll do it. First you'll see a bit, and then he'll undo everything you're doing. Then he'll take apart everything you've done.
Another disadvantage or advantage or the unfortunate or the fortunate thing about Anurag Basu is, like, if there is a scene or like this interview, he'll see it from every different perspective. Then he'll decide this scene should be by whose perspective. You know, if he's even writing a scene, he'll see from the light's perspective, the flower's perspective, a shoe's perspective, your perspective, my perspective. Then finally he'll realize, okay, this perspective seems correct for the film, and then he will shoot that.
Is that exhausting?
Not for us, for him.
Right.
You know, because he's like Matrix, you know, in his mind. Too much happening.